Hey guys, it's your favorite gold miner, prospector, and geologist, Jeff Williams. Yeah. And today, we're gonna go looking for gold in non-gold producing districts. Yeah, so let's get into it. Now, I know you're thinking, this guy must have fallen off his rocker. His cornbread ain't done all the way through. Well, I'm telling you, there are areas that are non-gold producing districts where you can find gold. And this is one of them. Well, this site is the famous location of the Yellow Jacket Mill, which was later renamed and sold as the Morgan Mill. Are you starting to catch on to where I'm going, huh? And a lot of the mills back then, they weren't very efficient at getting that gold out of all that juicy gold and silver ore. So a lot of it, that's right, it washed out of the back of the mills in the tailings. Ooh, and it's just sitting there waiting for somebody to get it, like you and me. You see that? That is a perfect place to find gold. And the reason why is because these guys act like sluice boxes. And these little ripples here, they'll catch the gold. But not at the tail, you have to go to the front. The first foot, maybe 2 feet. So you gotta crawl in there and get some. Oh yeah, that's another good one. But who's gonna get in there, huh? Now here's an older one. You can see where they had slabs of rock and a little bit of concrete holding it. This would have been perfect because the gold would sit right down in these cracks, but it's long been weathered out. And this is the reason why the mill was here. All of this water, because you gotta have water to mill ore. Everybody knows that. But the cool thing is that all the mines of the Comstock lode, they had tons and tons of mills down here. In fact, there were 30 operating mills down here on the river. Is that amazing? Imagine how much ore passed through those mills and how much of it was lost because a lot of the early style methods of extraction were not very good. That's way before cyanide, so a lot of it got dumped in here. Do you see where I'm going? Oh my gosh, it's mind-blowing. What we're gonna do is we're gonna take a look up and down here and see what we can find, and that's what you should be doing too, is look for these old mill sites. If you don't live in a gold producing district, find the mill sites, because a lot of times the earlier mills, their extraction percentage was usually on the order of maybe 60%. They had a lot of losses into their tailings, and that's why a lot of mining companies go through and buy up all these old sites and reprocess the tailings, because there's just chock full of gold. Yeah, I know, enough jaw-jacking, Jeff. Get out there and find some gold. We want to see some gold. I want to see some gold too. Now, if we come down the river here, you can see all these beautiful sandbars. That would be a good place to sample, at the head, not the tail. Where you see these gigantic boulders, that would be another good place. But what you really want to look for is bedrock. Now, as we come downstream, we've got this beautiful bridge here. Do you see it? Isn't that cool? And then you can see where the river curves. That would be another spot. Oh, and look at those rocks down there too. Now, an interesting story about this bridge I'm standing on is it was constructed out of 2 old steam turntables. You know, the ones that used to turn the trains around? Well, they needed a bridge here, and they had some old ones sitting around, so they just connected them here, and voila, you got a bridge. But the problem is what? Yeah, that's right. Everybody and their uncle comes out here and does what? Tries to burn it down. Why would you do that? I mean, come on, what yahoos try to burn a bridge down? This whole thing looks like it's been lit on fire. And right across the bridge over here is an aggregate plant. Now that is the location of the old Brunswick mill. From 1860 until 1878, the Carson River Canyon was alive with the noise of ore reduction. It all began in 1859 when the first ore was shipped from the Ophir mine. Since there was no local mills at the time there, ore had to be freighted all the way over to the Sierra Nevada mountains to California. That changed in 1860 when the first stamp mill, the Silver State, or the Mexican as it was called, was erected in Empire City. From that point, the Carson River became a hot spot for activity as several other mills were constructed. Mule-driven wagons flowed almost constantly from the Comstock mines to the mills until 1869, when they were replaced by the newly constructed Virginia and Truckee Railroad. In 1871, many of the mills were enlarged for the increased output from the mines until 1875. So after about 1878, production slowed down and the mills began to close. 6 of the large mills in the canyon were served by the V&T Railroad. There was the Morgan Mill that you saw earlier, the Brunswick, the Merrimack, the Blue Canyon, the Vivian, and the Santiago. The Brunswick Mill was constructed in 1864, and it was described as one of the largest mills on the Carson River. It was initially a water-powered mill with only 8 stamps, but by the early 1870s, it had been expanded to a total of 56 stamps with a capacity of 150 tons per day. The mill continued to operate through the late 1880s until it was eventually abandoned. Look at this. Our first clue. You see that? Yeah, that's an anchor. That means they were anchoring something over here, maybe part of the mill, which was up this way. See that? Some bird was eating a crawfish. There's one of his little hooks. See that? They come out here and they snack on them. Making me hungry. Look at this. I got sulfides in this quartz vein. You see it? You can see where the sulfides are oxidizing out, making it that rusty color. Yeah, I got sulfides all over it. This shouldn't be here. This tells me I'm really close to where the old mill used to sit. And you can see the striations on it where this thing's been tumbling around. Ooh, I know I'm in the right spot. We just gotta find where they were dumping it and maybe some bedrock too. But I'm not gonna do anything till you smash that like button. Smash it hard! Oh, look at this. I found somebody's honey hole. See these old gravels in here, these compacted gravels? Somebody was digging real good like. Oh, we're gonna have to sample that. Oh yeah, this looks really good. Oh yeah, look at this. Beautiful looking bedrock. You see that? This is the perfect spot to be checking. Nice. Oh man, that is cool. This is fantastic. This bedrock is running straight across and it's got all these little cracks that are running at a 90 degree of the river. If there's gonna be anything, it's gonna be stuck here. So we're gonna sample that if I don't lose my hat. Oh man, that's fantastic. Looks like a lot of this has been cleaned out, but we'll give it a shot anyway. Look at the old seashells down here, isn't that cool? They're all over the place. Yeah, look at that. That one's embedded. See that right there? Now that's cool. And I got some flow sand gravel here, but look at this. I got all these pockets up here. Look at this. See that? That would be a good spot. See where all these heavies have dropped out into here? I gotta sample that. Oh, and there's that retaining wall. You see it? That's the old retaining wall from the mill. This is perfect. Look at this. And look at this bedrock I got over here. I got even more bedrock. See, I couldn't do this if the water level was too high because I would be in about 3 feet of water. But oh, look at this. This is perfect. Just look at this bedrock. Oh, this is fantastic. And look at all these cracks and crevices. Isn't that cool? Oh, and there's more of the old retaining wall right there. There's more waterfalls over there. Oh my gosh. See this? This is perfect. This is perfect gold traps. Right there. Oh man, there must have been a big bird out here. Wow. This is fantastic. So what we're gonna do is, I'm gonna pull as many samples as I can off of all this bedrock, and then we're gonna find out if there's anything in it. Yeah, there's the old retaining wall right there. See that? Right there. Ooh, trees make good catches too. Yeah, look at this. A bicycle? Are you serious? Come on, man. I'll get to start sampling some of these cracks. That would be a good place for a hand dredge with an extension on it. Because I'm sure there's just gobs and gobs of gold trapped in the bottom of that. Look at this. This is a piece of ore. That is not supposed to be here. There's another one right here. See that? That's probably from Virginia City or Gold Hill. That's another good sign. Look at all these gravels up in here too. And behind this tree, since this is the high water mark, this would be another good place to sample right here. You can see where people have been sampling. You see that? These little pocket holes right here. Look at that. Now I know that these cracks have probably been cleaned out 1,000,000 times. The nice thing is when you have a lot of the snowpack melting and these rivers are way up there and the water line is way up there, these are good places that can be replenished with more gold, you see, because it can get moved around and stirred around. So we're gonna check the bedrock here, and then I'm gonna go up to the high water line around the trees And any of those areas up there, we're gonna take multiple samples, and then we're gonna find out if my theory is correct, because my spidey senses are going off. They're going off hard! Sorry, little bush. Sorry, I'll replant you. Now, ideally, I should bring a backpack down here. And that's what you should be doing too, is if you plan on going through a lot of this bedrock like this, bring a backpack. It makes short order work of this because you're not using brooms and dustpans and little tiny instruments. You just suck it right up. See that nice pocket? Yeah, you can see all the iron oxide in there. See that? Isn't that nice? This is really good. So I'm gonna go through all here, and then when we get up to the high water line, we'll take it up there and I'll show you what to do there. Ah, my glasses keep falling off. See this spot over here on the side where the water's not so turbulent? Look at all this debris that's collected, all the gravels, and look at this. What does that tell you, huh? No, it doesn't tell me people have been hunting. What it tells me is all the heavies are dropping out here. So you want to look for buckshot, lead shot, anything that's got metal in it. If you start seeing that, that means that this is a low pressure area, a low turbulence zone. And a lot of the heavies will drop out here. Not as much in the middle of the creek because it's going to be like a fire hose blowing through there. But up here, around the high water line mark, everything slows down, everything gets calm. And that's why I like to focus out here on the outer edges where I can see where the top of the high water line is, see? And that's what you should be doing too, is when you look at these rivers and creeks, go up to the high water marks. Don't get so much in the middle because like I said, it gets really turbulent there. You can sample there, but I've had better luck out here on the outer margins. See all this stuff? See how my glasses get caught in there? Caught! So everything's been slammed in here. Even this guy, look at this. This thing must weigh a good 800, 900 pounds. So this looks like a good spot. So I'm gonna focus my efforts here. And that's what you should be doing too, is you gotta read that river or that creek and you gotta visualize it. And of course, if you see trees or bushes or moss, you wanna dig in there so you can sample. That's a good place too, huh? Oh, look what I found. Looks like somebody already ate him. See that? That's just a shell. These make good eating, by the way. But no, nothing left on them. Let's get these rocks out of the way, because I gotta have some of that gold, and I know you gotta have some of that gold too. All right, see all the tree roots in here? Well, these make great gold catches. And you can see where I've got stones that are actually grown in the roots. And I've got a lot of this itaclase that's metavolcanic. You can actually see a whole bunch of olivine crystals growing inside of it. But this is what I'm talking about. You can get up here, and there's the hard pack right there. You see that? That's original. You need dynamite to get that out. So I'm gonna clean a little bit in here. I'm not gonna disturb the roots or anything like that. I'm gonna clean a little bit of it up. Oh, that's what I was talking about right here. Look, see? Shotgun shells, bullets and shotgun shells. This thing is weighted on the end of it. And what happened was the water velocity calmed down over here, and that guy sat right there. And then we'll set up a sluice and see if any of this work is worth it. I don't need to build any kind of a dam system or anything. Mother Nature's done it for me. And that's what you should be doing too, is when you come out here, survey the area. Look for these pinch points in the river. That way you minimize the amount of work. You can just put your sluice in, put a rock on it, and go to town. Now, I usually like to run my stuff wet, but in this case, I'm running it dry. I think I got little pieces of gold in there. All right, we're gonna pull it out, then we're gonna pan it out. I got a piece there, piece there. Let me get my glasses on so I can see it better. Piece there, piece there, piece there. You see it? Piece there. Nice. That is nice. Now I'm gonna disassemble this, clean it in the bucket, and hand it out. Cause I know you gotta have that gold, and I gotta have that gold. Let me hear you say, yeah!
Yeah!
Let me hear you say, yeah!
Yeah!
Let me hear you say, yeah! And yeah, you're gonna get wet. You've been waiting for that, huh? I wish I would have brought a bigger pan though. All I got is my little sampling pan. Don't laugh at him. That's the way he was born, okay? All right, let's see what we got. Make sure our gold pan is clean. Man, I wish I would have brought a bigger gold pan. I'm losing my marbles. Nice. All right, bucket looks pretty clean. What do you think, huh? That's not too shabby. All right, moment of truth, Bubba. Now, how much gold do you think I got in the pan? Don't cheat. Leave your comment down below before I pan this out. I'll sit here and wait. I'm gonna whistle you a little song. How do you like that? Oh, no, I know. Get on with it, Jim. Get out of there. Now I gotta go slow because I got these itty bitty baby ripples. And I gotta be really careful because the gold will float on that black sand right out of the pan. And we don't want that, do we? No, we work too hard for that gold. Ooh, you see that? See it? Right there? There? Yeah, you getting excited? I know I'm getting excited. Boy, oy, 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 oy. PG, Fiji! Ooh, I gotta go slow. That gold's just trying to get out of that pan. Oh, you see it? Can you see it from here? See the gold? Yeah, you can't see that. You need your eyes checked, son of Jim. All right, that's as far as I want to go. That gold keeps wanting to walk out. You got to be careful with those flakes because those flakes will ride right on top of that black sand every time. All right, let me get my glove off. I gotta get my glasses on. All right, let's see what we got, Bubba. Let me get over here so you can see this. There's all kinds of stuff in that pan. Look at that. Shake it down. Come on. Give me something. Give it to me. Give me that stuff, that funky stuff. Oh, I see our first piece. I see a couple of them. See them? Come on. Actually, Ooh, yeah, man. Oh, there's a bunch of birdshot in there too. Look at that. Yeah, Bubba. Oh, yeah. Look at the size of that birdshot. Nice. Oh, there's a couple flakes trying to get away. You see that? Get back up there. Yeah, that stuff's really hard when you're working with black sand. Do the Williams wiggle. Oh, there's another one. See him? He was hiding under that black sand too. Nice. Oh, I hate these tiny pans. Yeah, that black sand is a pain in the booty, huh? There it is. There it is. Nice. Now if that don't make your blood boil, nothing will. I'm sure I got a whole bunch more under this black sand. It's just gobs and gobs of it. And this proves my point. You get downstream from some of these old mills. Now, if you like today's video, you better smash that like button, smash it hard. At the end of this month, I'm gonna be giving away 10 bags of incredibly rich pay dirt that come directly out of our drift mine. These things are the richest in the world, guaranteed. They look something like this. Yeah! And each one comes with a 1-ounce silver bar. But not only that, we give away a brand new Gold Monster 1000 metal detector every month. We're also gonna give away a brand new Keen 140S dry washer. Yeah. Wow, you can't beat that, not even with a stick. Now, if you wanna get your hands on any of this stuff, just look for the little icon at the end of the video that looks something like that. Click on it, make a $10 pledge, and you instantly qualify to get your hands on any of that stuff. And smash that like button, smash it hard, and I'll see you on the next video.
Smash it hard!